も去ってったでも昔からずっと知っていた本当はいつも誰かを好きでいた君は信じてた
Adventurers who don't believe humanity will save the world. So I don't think episode number 2 was as potent or impactful as episode 1 was, but I do think it was very important for kind of laying the bones or laying the groundwork for more things that are to come. The reality is that this show is a very unique show, as you have 4 people gathering together to form a party. Their new party name is called Survivors, by the way. And it's simply a group of 4 individuals who have major trust issues, right? And they're also bringing very unique problems to the group, right? One's a ladies' man, one's a gambler, one is somebody who, does the idol stuff, and one is very secretive to where we're going to find out more about them next week, which is Karen or Kurin, however you want to say her name. But regardless, what we know about Karen so far is she was the sole survivor of a party, and that party never taught her anything before. So she was obviously untrusted in whatever party she was with before, and she was the sole survivor of said party. And next episode, we're going to get more about her, which they've already kind of dangled the carrot in front of us when it comes to Karen as a character, again, or Kurin, however you want to say it. And we're going to learn more about her as kind of the season opens up. But regardless, very interesting premise about 4 people who simply do not trust each other, who have some serious trust issues, but being kind of brought together. And with that alone, it's a good premise enough to kind of really keep us interested as the season, like I said, does end up unfolding in front of our eyes. Now, as far as this episode, here's the things that kind of happened, or at least the things that I thought were noteworthy. One, we learn about Karen being the sole survivor of a party. 2, they decided on a party name, and they called their party Survivors. Kind of on the nose, but they agreed to it. 3, they needed to start off at G rank and work up to F, E, etc. So basically, they start off at the bottom of the barrel. We learned that if they are able to defeat at least 2 bosses within, basically 2 dungeon bosses, they'll get ranked up to F rank at that point. We learned that. They learn more about each other and their weaknesses. This gets brought on by Nick, which, is the quote-unquote party leader at this point. He puts himself out there, kind of expecting everybody else to as well. Everybody ends up kind of doing that. Tiana and Kieran kind of have some discrepancies there because Tiana effed up by almost hitting her with some icicles. The next thing is after their weakness, after their moment of sharing, they end up taking on a ogre, which is an extremely powerful enemy. And they did that with trusting in Kieran. Kieran makes development with basically saying, I'm going to allow myself to trust them, Tiana specifically, and they're able to overcome the ogre. And the episode ends with, I think, Karen's medallion, maybe from her past party or something, breaking, which then kind of leads us into next episode. And those are kind of the main points of what occurred this episode. But overall, I am really digging the anime, quite a bit. I think they're all very, very unique characters. What I like most about it is the problems that they bring, not necessarily the fantastical nature of it. Because we know at some point, the main driving force is they're going to save the world at some point, right? It's the adventurers who don't believe in humanity. They're going to save the world. So they don't believe. Eventually, they'll be able to believe in each other and then do some kind of shenanigans by believing or by saving the world. But I'm more interested in kind of the problems that they bring: the gambling addiction, the girl addiction, the music addiction that Nick has, the idol addiction, right? Whatever problem Kieran's going to bring to it. That's kind of what's really appealing to me overall versus kind of them saving the world at some point. And then obviously the little comedy stuff that they have along the way drives me forward to that as well. It makes me very interested in everything that's going to occur and kind of happen as the anime, really comes into its own. Also, that ED is an effing banger. I love the art style. The art style kind of reminds me of Jujutsu Kaisen. If you guys ever watched the ending of 𝐤𝐸𝐾, how like they animate them dancing and stuff too. This will kind of remind me of that, but instead it kind of shows us each of the characters in their own elements. They showed Kira like a little dinosaur onesie. They showed I forget what the holy man's name is. I forget what his name is, but anyway, they showed him looking out a window, probably thinking about girls. They showed Nick playing some guitar. They showed Tiana just kind of like hanging out, probably trying to figure out how she's gonna spend money on horses or something. I like the ED quite a bit. It has really good music as well, so I think the ED was an absolute banger. But overall, I would say this episode 7 out of 10. Really good setup episode for what's gonna come next, giving us a little taste of what we can expect. I think it's going to inevitably get better as things kind of open up. But I think it didn't live up to episode 1, but it's still a really good episode 2 as more of a structural episode, setting us up for what's going to come. But overall, really enjoyed it. I think Tiana is my favorite character so far. I like her quite a bit. I think she's a banger. I like her a lot. I like the way that she's displayed. I love her character. I like how she's kind of bitchy. I really kind of dig that quite a bit. So hopefully we get to see more of Tiana. I think she's kind of the star so far, in my personal opinion, so I cannot wait. But let me know what you guys thought about episode 2 in the comments below. I appreciate you being here for episode number 2. If you guys missed it and you want to see what anime I'm specifically covering, the 10 anime I thought I was going to cover versus what I'm actually going to cover is different week over week. Check my community tab out. I put all the anime I'm going to cover this winter in our community tab. That's what you can expect, and it goes in order of day as well. So it'll go by Monday all the way to Sunday. So check that out if you're interested in what I'm covering every single week, and share your opinions before you go in the comments. All right, I'll see you guys next week for episode 3.